Reflections for the month of May, which is dedicated to the Blessed Virgin Mary. 27th day. Consideration on the example of Christ when young. Christ, when young, was always obedient to Mary and to Joseph. The Son of God obeyed two creatures, and in what? In all the most humble offices of laboring, sweeping, sawing, that he might be taught in all respects to be a carpenter's son. And in what way did he obey? With pleasure, with readiness, with submission. Oh, what a reproof for my disobedience to my betters! Christ, when young, was always employed in work and in prayer. But what reason had he to be afraid of ease? If he had been tempted, was he in any danger of yielding in temptation? No, certainly not. He wished to show frail, feeble youths, by example, what to do in order to avoid temptations. Oh, what a reproach to my love of ease! Christ, when young, appeared outwardly more holy as he grew in years. He appeared more holy not only before God, but before men also, in order to show us that we ought to grow even in exterior holiness for the edification of our neighbor. But he appeared more holy first to the eyes of God and then to those of men, to teach us that our first object should be that of pleasing God. Oh, what a reproach to my scanty growth in holiness, to my bad example I often set, and to my human respect. Example: Dominica of Paradise of the Sacred Order of Saint Dominic was an imitator of Christ's obedience, and in reward for this had singular favors from the Holy Virgin. It is said in her life that when she was but a child, she saw the Mother of God, who gave her these instructions: Live at home obedient to your mother. Her father was dead. Spend your time there with your own family. Be so cautious, humble, and quiet, and not to give occasion of anyone for quarrels and disturbances. Rather, take a burning coal on to your tongue than tell a lie. Keep silence much and speak little. Open your eyes to heaven and shut them to all the vanities of the world. Take care not only never to touch anybody else, but not even to look at or touch yourself or any of your relations. Beware of all sins and to avoid mistake. Do nothing without first having the consent of Jesus. Thus said the Holy Mother, and the good and simple child listened readily. But when she had need to wash her hands, she in her simplicity covered her right hand with a white cloth, and plunging it into water, with her hand thus covered up, she washed the other, her face and arms. And when her elder sister wanted to wash her head, Dominica would not consent to it. Yet, finding herself once obliged to let it be done, she went to ask help of Mary, who told her not to use any longer this over particularly in washing herself, nor make resistance to her sister in necessary matters. This not having been her intention in the advice she gave her. Not long after, her mother, whose name was Constance, gave her some cloth and told her to make herself a dress of it. At these words, the child was in great confusion, inasmuch as she had the orders from Mary to obey her mother, and on the other hand, did not know how to sew or to cut out, she having been used to work in the field. So she had recourse to the Blessed Virgin, who taught her how to make a dress. But, lady, said Dominica, if I do not see, I shall never learn. Oh, how kind is Mary, mother of him of whom it is written, his discourse it was with the simple. The Blessed Virgin took the scissors into her hand and began cutting the cloth and sewing it with a needle too. The child soon learned the art of sewing so well that though she was but a poor country girl, she knew this trade excellently. But as she was of a tender age, she did not easily get to manage the scissors. So the Blessed Virgin held her hand, saying, Now try it. I have taught you, and she vanished. What think you of the tender love of Mary, who did the office of a mother for Dominica in reward of her obedience? act of homage. Never be idle, and if you have nothing else to do, read some book that treats of the praises of Mary. Ejaculation. Mother of God, to me no less vouchsafe a mother's sweet caress. Amen.